What's going on, guys? It's Nick here, back with another video. It's Monday, so you know what time it is. Time for another mock draft. 12-team league, half-point PPR scoring, and I'm going to do it from the 10 spot. I think the past 3 have been from spots 1, 2, and 4. So we're going back to the end of the draft. I'll show you guys, actually you can show it right down here, standard scoring, or standard roster setup. So 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, the flex spot, tight end spot, defense, no kicker, and then I had 7 bench just because I like deeper formats. So we're just gonna start this draft, and I think Dare did the last mock draft Monday, so it's been a quick minute since I've done one. We know the running backs go early. Not too much, I believe, has changed as far as news coming out from any sort of camp. So I don't know if much is going to change in the first 2 rounds. We'll take a look. So Kamara, McCaffrey, Barkley, Gordon, Zeke, Adams, Hopkins, DJ, Mixon. Sounds about right to me. All right, let's look at the running back. So our running back option: Lev Bell, James Conner, Gurley. This is gross. Oh, not good. Okay. So you guys know that I'm not pumped about Bell. I put out the video. I'm less pumped about Conner than I used to be. I will not touch Gurley in the first, probably not even the second round. And I just can't justify taking Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb, Williams. Those seem like reaches in the first. So, wide receivers. We got Julio, Michael Thomas, Odell would kind of be the 3 I'd be looking at there. And I would kind of be hoping, I'd probably be hoping that one of them fell to me. I could get both of them. The other options, we go with Kelsey. You guys know my projection on Kelsey is pretty crazy. Okay. What are we gonna do here? So if I take Kelsey, we don't have to worry about tight end at all, and I probably hope. I don't want to miss out on one of these running backs, so I take one of those running backs with that next pick, which means I'm passing on one of these elite wide receivers. No, we're not gonna take Kelsey in this one. I've already done that. Let's do Julio. Yeah, let's do Julio. Let's do Julio Jones. Let's see how it turns out with Julio in this one. So Julio's I don't want to say risky, but a slightly risky pick at that spot. Oh, he didn't get taken. Okay, so Kelsey's still on the board. So maybe I just consider taking him with this pick. Although I've got Chubb and Damien Williams and Dalvin Cook, I probably shouldn't miss out on one of them. So my next pick's at 310, and we're looking at like hoping that Aaron Jones and Kerryon Johnson are still there, which they probably will be, but it's a pretty big step down. So that's a pretty big gap at the running back position. I don't know that I can justify taking a wide receiver here, but it's a pretty good value. Should we try it? Let's try it. That's what mock drafts are for. Let's take Julio and Michael Thomas. Let's see. Maybe this will end up being an RB0 because it felt slightly early for some of those running backs. Although I'll say if you wanted to take Damien Williams there, I'm cool with that. But we have not yet done RB0, so let's see how it kind of turns out. I don't think I'll be taking. Yeah, I won't be taking a wide receiver here, so it won't be pure wide receiver 0. Kittle's still on the board, so I could do that. The running backs left: Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Kerryon Johnson. That's all I'm considering. Yeah, that's all I care about. So it's really Aaron Jones with this pick. Then I have Kerryon, and then I have Josh Jacobs after that. I don't think any of these wide receivers scream value in the 3rd round. And then you could take Kittle. You could take Kittle with this spot, but I would do that if Jacobs, Jones, Kerryon were all gone. But I'm taking Aaron Jones because I really do think he's going to have a really nice season. Ooh, and Kerryon Johnson's still there. That's nice. I'll probably take him because we're at the tight end range where I really like O.J. Howard. I like Hunter Henry and stuff, but I can't justify them until like the 5th round, so I can't take them in the early 4th round. Wide receivers, I like Brandon Cooks. I like a few guys there, but not a ton of them. I like Julian Edelman definitely. So Edelman would be a good pick there, but that would be if Kerryon Johnson was gone. I see a pretty big gap between Kerryon Johnson and some of these other running backs. So let's take him. That's good. I actually really like how that turned out for us. It's not RB0, of course. RB0, we would have taken Kittle with that 3 pick, but I don't think, like, RB0 is never something you're striving for. It would just be if someone they were just hammering running backs like crazy. You can use the strategy, but we didn't need to use it there. So let's look at the running backs. We've got Geis, we're not drafting this year. James White's a solid option. You know what he's going to bring to the table, but maybe a little bit less upside than he had with the new addition to the backfield, Damien Harris. Coleman's a no-go here. Lamar Miller, Darryl Henderson is absolutely in play. So is Latavius Murray, but that's pretty far back. We don't need to look in that range. For wide receivers, Tyler Lockett, solid. That's some really good upside there. Boyd, solid. You guys know I love DJ Moore, but again, we don't need to be in that range right now. Tight ends, Hunter Henry, but I don't think that screams anything. So let's go with Darryl Henderson. I'll give a quick take on here because I just wrote that his profile for the draft kit, and basically they would like to use him in the same way that the Saints use Kamara. And I'm not saying that Darryl Henderson's going to be, a top 4 running back. He's not going to have the exact same volume that Kamara has, but they want to use him in that same way. Like, they want to use him for some early down work, but then a lot of receptions in the passing game, but not to overwork him, not to give him just a bunch of work. That's if nothing happens with Gurley's knee. Now, if Gurley goes down, he still doesn't turn into like Todd Gurley from last season, like early last season. He's not getting 25 carries and like a bunch of targets. That's not who Darryl Henderson is, but that's not who we really want. I mean, we love that for fantasy, but that's not what we need for fantasy. For fantasy, we want running back on Rams who's going to get a pretty good passing game role and is going to be involved in really all aspects of the offense, who has a ton of upside. And this dude was one of the best running backs we've seen come out of college. He led the nation yards per carry after contact. It was one of the most efficient seasons we've seen. So I'm all over that. So I'm cool with him in the 5th round. I know it looks scary, and you could say that I can just wait for this turn, but I'm not really crazy about any other picks. So if there was a wide receiver here, maybe I'd wait and try and get him in the 6th, but it just doesn't feel worth it. There were no wide receivers I really cared too much about. So this is our team right now. We've got Aaron Jones, Kerryon Johnson, Darryl Henderson with Julio Jones and Michael Thomas. That's a really nice start. Okay, I like this so far. I got a little bit lucky, I feel like, with Aaron Jones and Kerryon Johnson, but I really like the start so far. So running backs we're looking at Latavius Murray, who we can probably wait on. Ronald Jones, we can wait on all the running backs. So it's the same guys I like. We can wait on them. For wide receiver, DJ Moore, Tyler Boyd, Christian Kirk, Marvin Jones, but those are all guys we'll wait for. I would really like DJ Moore with this spot. We can still get Hunter Henry. That would really round out our team nicely. So I like Ebron. That's still a solid pick. Obviously, I like Evan Ingram. Let me just pull something up. Let's just see. You guys get a sneak peek, I guess, at some of these. So, these are all available for premium members also. Hunter Henry. Yeah, Hunter Henry's at 5 right now. Projection 65 for 833 and 9. Yeah, I mean, Hunter Henry's going to have a really good season. Let me just scroll through and just see. So we've got Hunter Henry we could take. We can wait on Vance, who I like. We can wait on Kyle Rudolph, although I'm not pumped about that. It's just he's a pretty good value. We can wait on Chris Herndon and Mark Andrews. That's a guy right now. Like Mark Andrews, you want to be targeting if you're waiting on everyone. But this team's kind of rounding out nicely. Like I don't need a wide receiver. I've got Julio and Michael Thomas. I don't really need a running back with this pick. So I guess why not just take Hunter Henry, who I know is going to be heavily involved in this offense. He's going to be a nice red zone threat. And he's going to give me a good leg up on some of these opponents. Like, obviously not the guys who have Kelsey, Ertz, Kittle, and Howard. But pretty much everyone else I'm going to have a leg up on in that spot. And I already have that leg up with having Julio and Michael Thomas. And I feel really good about these running backs. So it's just really nice having that extra thing where it's like you can feel good about the running backs, wide receivers, your flex and everything. But if you fade both tight end and quarterback, you better hit on your running backs and wide receivers. So having Hunter Henry there, having him there is pretty nice. Oh, no. DJ Moore, wow. I didn't know he'd fall that much. Man, would that have been nice if DJ Moore fell to me. Well, let's look who did fell. So, Rashad Penny. We like him. We like Latavius Murray. Don't need to look at anyone else. Ooh, okay. We get Rashad Penny and Latavius Murray. Christian Kirk. Definitely. Marvin Jones, definitely. Kiki QT. It's QT. Kiki QT. I've been yelled at so many times, guys. Curtis Samuel. There's some nice wide receiver value. Okay, let's lock up some of these running backs, I think. Let's just get depth at the running back position. So I like Rashad Penny. I believe, I don't know which video he was in. He was in one of the videos. We know that Chris Carson is the 1A. It's like a 1A, 1B with Chris Carson as the 1A. But it's pretty darn close. They're honestly like one capital A, one lowercase a. And Penny was more productive in some categories, less productive in others. But he was still really good last season. And they drafted him highly. They believe in him. This offense is going to run a ton of plays anyways, a ton of run plays. So he's going to get plenty of volume. And what if Carson goes down? This dude's a running back 1. So that's a lot of upside with that pick. They took Kyler Murray. Come on. So some quarterbacks have been taken, but this is the deepest year quarterback has ever been in the history of the NFL. So I like Wentz. I like Kyler Murray. I like Baker Mayfield. I like pretty much everyone who's gone. I like them. Don't get me wrong. But if I'm going early, I want Kyler. And it just doesn't feel worth it when you start scrolling down here and you see Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott and Lamar Jackson and Mitchell Trubisky. I'm cool with any of them as my quarterback, even in a 10-team league. So I just don't need to spend this high of a draft pick on one. We've already got tight end, and since we're not doing quarterback right now, we've only got running back, wide receiver. We should still look at wide receiver. I know we've pretty much locked up most weeks with Julio and Michael Thomas. And it's actually kind of cool that they both have a week 9 bye, because every other week they'll be starting for me unless they get hurt. And never pay attention. This can be like my yearly thing. Some people will look at this and be like, oh no, you can't do that. Don't even pay attention. You have no idea what the league's going to look like in week 9. You have no idea what your team is going to look like in week 9. So pay no attention to bye weeks, not even as a tiebreaker. Use projections as a tiebreaker. Use risk as a tiebreaker. Don't use bye week for anything. That schmeal's over. I like Christian Kirk. That offense is going to spread the ball around, but he is going to be the number 1 threat in what should be a top 5 pass attempts in terms of total volume. I like Dante Pettis. I like Marvin Jones. Dang, there's so many guys. Because even Marquez Valdez-Scantling is way down here. Isabella's not bad, but you should probably just wait on him. Truly wonder on Josh Gordon. Marquise Lee, but he does come with some risk, so it would be like a last-round pick there. Okay, there's so many guys I don't need to take one of them. Oh, we should probably just take Latavius, right? Or Ronald Jones. What do my rankings have? Probably shouldn't be showing you guys everything, but let's see. Yeah, I have Latavius a good amount ahead of Ronald Jones. And there's no one else hiding here, right? No. All right, let's lock up Latavius. I think Latavius and I think Ronald Jones. And then there's an okay gap. My Samuel's projection has gone up. But it would hopefully be Ronald Jones. I'm just watching every name, just praying that the blue doesn't show up at all. There he goes. Always right before me. Okay. Let's look the team over because we probably don't need another running back. I feel really good about these running backs, and we didn't take one until the 3rd round. That's nice. So for running backs, we have Aaron Jones, we've got Kerryon Johnson, Darryl Henderson, Rashad Penny, and Latavius Murray. All guys that I'd actually feel okay. Well, I probably wouldn't feel okay starting Latavius Murray at the beginning, but you could if you went RB0, just because he's going to get those touchdowns. He's going to get those 2 and 3 targets a game. He's in a high-powered offense. But I don't need to. I won't need to start him for quite some time, given the talent I have ahead of him. So he's just there basically in case something happens to Kamara. I have a running back 1. But we should be building out our wide receiver core. So let's take 2 wide receivers with these 2 picks. Even though I like some of these running backs, let's take 2 wide receivers. So definitely Marvin Jones. He was their deep threat. He was their red zone threat. He was everything for that team before he went down. And although they're going to run less plays, I'm still cool with Marvin Jones because it's a consolidated target share. It's the same thing they have in Minnesota. Like, who else are they throwing to? I mean, realistically, they're throwing to Marvin Jones, and they're throwing to Kenny Golladay. Yeah, they drafted a tight end, but they're not going to use him that much. They might cut. I don't really know what's going to happen with Theo Riddick. It's possible he doesn't make the team, but they're still going to use their ground game. It's just they don't spread the ball out that much to other wide receivers. So he's still going to get his. He doesn't really need that many targets to pay off. He only needs like 110 targets, and he probably needs 100 targets to pay off his ADP right now. So I like him. I mean, no one right next to him is a concern for, like, none of these guys I really even want on my team until we get down to QT. I can't even say it quickly without thinking. But we want QT and we want Curtis Samuel. Those are the 2 guys we want really badly. So I'm just going to play to ADPs, and I'm going to take QT first and then pray that Curtis Samuel is there in the 11th. I would take Deshaun Jackson as well. But let's click the button, and let's just hope that my computers don't take him. And then I guess we'll look at quarterback. I probably don't have that many picks left. We can wait. I don't think he's gone yet. No! Yeah. Okay. So there goes Curtis Samuel. Wonderful. Campbell, I don't know. Probably not this year. I'm cool with Anthony Miller. I'm cool with Hollywood Brown. It looks like he's recovering pretty quickly, and he actually might start the season, so that's cool. Deshaun Hamilton, Marquez Valdes-Scantling. I would be Marquez. It'd be Marquez. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely with the ones. He's a top 3 wide receiver in that team, and he's actually playing on the outside right now. He's a better slot receiver. He's a better slot receiver than Geronimo Allison is, but I don't know. They're playing Allison right now sometimes from the slot in camp, but don't pay any real attention to what's happening there in camp. All we need to know is that he is the 2nd most talented wide receiver on that roster. He is a mismatch in the slot, but he's also very good on the outside. Reports are that the coaching staff likes him, that Rodgers likes him. That's important because if Rodgers doesn't like you, you don't get the football. I mean, everything looks positive for Marquez. So in the 11th round, the late 11th round, for you to be getting someone with this much upside, like this offense should be really good. They've got Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback. That's way too much upside to pass on. So did I want Curtis Samuel and Marquez and Lee, QT, and Jones? Yeah, I wanted all of them. But sometimes you can't have everything that you want. So I thought that said Gronk for a second. I don't know. I thought it said Rob Gronkowski. And I was like, woohoo, what's the computer doing? So the next pick's Deshaun Hamilton, unless I see something crazy down here. Nah. I doubt there's a hidden gem. It's possible that there's something down here, but I would think that, I mean, David Moore is not bad, but we're definitely not considering him at this spot. It's Anthony Miller or Deshaun Hamilton, and you've heard me say it. You're going to hear me say it the whole summer. Emmanuel Sanders will not be back to himself to start the season, might not be back to himself for the entire season. He tore the Achilles far too late to recover this quickly, and Deshaun Hamilton is good. He might not be good enough to make up for their quarterback play, but he's good enough to produce as a 12th round pick. How many do I have? That was my only thing I was going to look at, because I did just take 3 wide receivers in a row. We have 2 bench spots left. So my wide receivers: Julio Jones, Michael Thomas, Marvin Jones, Kiki QT, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling. That's 5. Running backs: Aaron Jones, Kerryon Johnson, Darryl Henderson, Rashad Penny, Latavius Murray. We could do either. Okay. So we can look at running back here. Justice Hill, Damien Harris for sure. Malcolm Brown, we just like, we're going for the injury. Oh, Duke Johnson. Okay. I will be able to get Duke Johnson in the 13th. I feel pretty good about that. What other spot am I? Oh, defense. I was going to say, I was like, what? So defense, quarterback, we're going to go with 14th round, we'll go with quarterback. I'm not going to look. How about that? That's how much confidence I have in that. I'm not even going to look. Okay, so Duke Johnson I like because there's that chance he gets traded to Tampa, which I don't want. I don't want that to happen because I like Ronald Jones, and then you got, okay, Duke's really good, but now again he's stuck behind someone potentially, but he's still going to have a pretty good role. So assuming he does get traded to Tampa, that'd be solid. But you also don't want to really draft someone assuming that they get traded, whereas Damien Harris, I know what team he's on. It's a really good team, and he's already challenging Sonny Michel for some early down work, plus Sonny Michel has, what, the second highest chance of an injury, according to Sports Injury Predictor. He's already got, what, the 3 knee injuries, 3 knee sprains, torn, Damien Harris. Yeah, Damien Harris has way too much upside to be going in the 12th round right now. So, him. That's my pick. I like that pick. I stand behind that pick. What are you doing? Go away. Justice Hill's not bad, though. I think that's an excellent pick as well. What are we at, 5 and 5? We can take... Get this back. 1, 2, 3, 6. We're at 5 and 6. So we can take whoever we want most between the running back and the wide... Oh, they have it right here. What am I doing? No, that's wrong. We're 1 off on running back. Oh, because flex. I got you. Okay. Deshaun Hamilton. Yeah, you gotta take either Deshaun Hamilton or Hollywood Brown with this pick. Yeah. Because that's the safest 13th round pick you'll ever find in the world. 13th round picks aren't supposed to be safe. And now we gotta do quarterback. Oh. I actually got kind of lucky there. Let's pretend Mitchell Trubisky didn't get taken. Mitchell Trubisky is a beautiful pick in the 14th round. That offense is going to be very, very good this season. He's going to take steps forward. He gets you points on the ground. He should, in a normal year, go back a few years ago, he's a 11th round pick probably. But since there are, 25 quarterbacks, I'd be cool starting in a 12-team league. I mean, you got to go Mitchell Trubisky here. So that's what we will be doing. But let's pretend that he got taken. Someone took him. We still got Matthew Stafford, who, they're going to have less volume, but it's still Matthew Stafford. He's still going to be fine. I'd be cool starting Sam Darnold. I know a lot of people wouldn't be, but I think that would be fine. Let's say Fitzmagic starts the season. I mean, he'll put up okay numbers, but really, you're looking at Andy Dalton. Mariota's got some really nice weapons in the passing game now. A.J. Brown, I think, might even be better than Corey Davis. And then they've got Delaney Walker returning. So you could take Dalton. You could take Mariota. You could take Flacco. I mean, I wouldn't suggest you do such a thing. But really, Dalton, Mariota, and Stafford were still available. And these are guys who have finished. I don't know what the highest finish Mariota is, but Stafford's finished as a quarterback 1. We know that Dalton, I believe, has finished as a quarterback 1 at least once, but he's finished as a top 15, I believe, a few times. These are guys that shouldn't be going this late, but Mitchell Trubisky is a fantastic pick. I feel like I got a little bit lucky with this draft and the team that I was able to put together waiting on some pieces. And now we just take whoever we feel like it at defense. I really need to look. That'll be my mission this week. I'm going to look at who teams play in the first 2 weeks and just try and find some defenses that just play some really turnover-prone quarterbacks. I haven't done that yet, so I'm just going to try and pick the defense I think is best, and that would either be the Broncos or the Eagles. We'll just do a quick Google search, actually. So, Eagles 2019 schedule. Let's just see if we pop up on an easy one here. We've got Redskins and Falcons, so it'd actually be a really good start against the Redskins. I believe when they're on the bottom means they're home. Falcons, that wouldn't be a fantastic one, but we could stream right after the Redskins. Who's the other one? Broncos? Oh, they got 5 preseason games. Raiders, ooh, that's not a bad one. Raiders, Bears would not be good. Packers is not good, so you'd have to drop them right after the Raiders game. Let's go with let's go with the Eagles. They got Washington right off the bat. I don't know if that'll be like Haskins' first start. I don't know if I don't know. I think it will be, but I don't know if they'll go with him right away. But regardless, that should be not a good offense. So we'll take the Eagles on that one. But let's look over the roster. I actually really like this team, but I'll say that I don't love the 10 spot because I feel like I got a little bit lucky. Like if we look back at this draft, I got lucky that Aaron Jones wasn't taken. I wouldn't have wanted. Which way did it go? This way. Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted Freeman. I wouldn't have really wanted Henry with that pick. I wouldn't have been in love with Josh Jacobs, so I probably would have been forced to take Kerryon Johnson or Kittle, and then that would have kind of screwed up. Like I wouldn't have gotten Henry here. Yeah, I feel like I got a little bit of lucky. But let's look at the team. So Trubisky, Aaron Jones, Kerryon Johnson, Julio, and Michael Thomas with Hunter Henry and Darryl Henderson in the flex, and then the bench: Rashad Penny, Latavius Murray, Marvin Jones, Kiki QT. I'm going to say it wrong like 100 times. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Damien Harris, and Deshaun Hamilton. That's one of the best benches. I know some of you don't like the players that I like, but this is one of the best benches I can think of for upside and safety. I mean, I think every one of these picks come with a floor. And then with the starting roster, I feel like that's a really solid starting roster. And the ability to get Mitchell Trubisky this late in draft, but also the ability to get Dak Prescott. And I mean, Lamar Jackson's a 13-round pick. That's ludicrous. I think he's got like a top 7 projection. Kirk Cousins. I mean, these guys shouldn't be available this late, but they have to be because of the amount of amazing talent ahead of them. I mean, it's just nuts this season. You just can't draft Patrick Mahomes in the 3rd or Luck in the 4th or Rodgers in the 5th because, yeah, they're going to be good and they're probably going to be towards the top 5. But it's just not worth it when you look all the way down here and a guy like Mitchell Trubisky, who's going to be, 2 points per game less than them? Maybe even 1 point per game less than them? Nah, it's not worth it. But I think this one's really good. So remember, guys, I showed you kind of sneak previews there of the rankings on our website, which also come with the player notes that I'm kind of writing up right now. But every time I update one, it just shoots right into there. So you get that. You get the tiered rankings for all the different scoring settings. Then the projections as well. These projections, I'm pretty sure, are going to be very accurate. But I put a lot of time into the projections, and I'm always updating them as news comes out. So if you want access to those, head on over to the website, thefantasyfootballadvice.com. Get our draft package. Same thing as being a premium member, but I kind of like the sound of draft package a little more, so I might switch it to that because that's what it is. It's a package, help you with your draft. But that's it. That's the end of this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, how about hit that like button? How about we subscribe if we are new? And thanks for watching.